Hey guys, what's up? So today we are solving one more interesting problem. So the problem statement is we will be given an alphabet. Okay, so we will be given an alphabet. User will give us a alphabet, or you can say user will give us a character, and we have to print whether that character is uppercase, whether the alphabet is uppercase or lowercase. Otherwise, we have to print invalid character. For example, if my input is, let's say, B, so my output should be uppercase. If my input is, let's say, small c, my output should be lowercase. And let's say if I give 1 as input, so my output should be invalid character. Okay, so this is the task that we have to perform, and this is very easy. So what I'm gonna do is I will take a character ch, char ch, and I will take input from the user. Then what I'm gonna do is I will check for uppercase. So if my character is greater than or equals to capital A and my character is less than or equals to capital Z, then I can safely say that my character ch is uppercase. Okay, similarly, else if my character is greater than or equals to small a and my character is less than or equals to small z, then I can safely say that my character is lowercase. And if both these conditions are false, if this is false, I will reach in else block, and here I will print that my character is an invalid character. Okay, so this is all that we have to do. Okay, so let's write code. So I have already made a file upper-lower.cpp, and now what I'm gonna do is I will take a character ch, and the value of ch will be given by user. Now I have to just write if else. So if my character is greater than capital A and my character is less than or equals to capital Z, here it will be greater than or equals to. So if this is the condition, I can say cout uppercase. End line. Else if I will check if my character is greater than or equals to small a and my character is less than or equals to small z, then my character is a lowercase alphabet. So cout lowercase. Else, if both the above conditions are false, that means the given character is not an alphabet and hence it is an invalid character. So invalid character. So let us test our program. Let's say small a, so lowercase. Let's say G, lowercase. Now let's say capital Z, uppercase. And now let us give an invalid character. Let's say 2. So it is an invalid character. Now the obvious thing that you may be thinking is, so what is the thing that you should think how we can compare two characters. Okay, we can compare two numbers, 2 greater than 3, 3 greater than 5, but how we can compare two numbers that A greater than B? How we can compare? This is a character, this is a character. There is no way in which we can compare two characters. So how this logic is working? So the idea is very simple. This operator is defined for numbers and floating numbers and integers. And these are characters. So implicit typecasting is taking place here. Okay, so this variable ch is containing a character, and that character is converted into its ASCII value. Similarly, small a is converted to its ASCII value, which is 97. Similarly, z is 122. So all the characters and variables, for example, ch is a variable and this is a character. So the variable containing the character is converted into its ASCII value. Similarly, z will be converted into its ASCII value, and we are comparing those ASCII values. Okay, so we are comparing those ASCII value. So some of the ASCII value that you must remember is capital A is 65, B is 66, and so on. Similarly, I think z will be 65 plus 25. So 5 and 5, 10, 6 plus 2 is 8 and 90. So z will be 90. Similarly, small a is 97, B is 98, and so on. And z will be 97 plus 25. So 122. So these ASCII value you should remember. They are used in many questions. So it is better to remember these values. So what you can also do here, instead of writing capital A, you can write its ASCII value also, 65. Similarly, instead of writing capital Z, what you can do here is you can write its ASCII value, and same for this, 97 and 122, because ultimately typecasting was taking place. In this case also, typecasting will take implicit typecasting. Okay, so this is implicit typecasting. We are not converting characters to integers. It is done automatically by the compiler. Okay, so this is implicit typecasting. So you can check output is going to be same. For example, capital G, uppercase. Similarly, let's say small j, lowercase, and same for invalid characters. Okay, so this is it for this video. Thank you for watching.